Quanto quateno, Bobi? Musa, quanto quateno?
Enerikuti.
Nayo kwatira musu.
Hi guys. Yeah. Boss. Yeah. All guys all set? Yes, honorable. We're good to go now. Okay. You just want us to brief on this has passed the directive. Yes, I understand it has been happening. But when should people use their phones during the election day? When should they use their phones? Because I understand that at a certain point, phones are not allowed. Just to rectify that on the guns.
Yeah, like I've been telling the nation right from the beginning of these campaigns that Mr. Byabakama and the Electoral Commission are being used by General Museveni to rig the election, and they are clearly not in control of this election. Apart from being silent, conspicuously silent about all the injustices and all the irregularities that have been ongoing, apart from being silent about the murder that has been happening, orchestrated by the police and the military, apart from being silent from the constant blockages of our campaign meetings, apart from being silent by the police and the military taking over the campaigns, the Electoral Commission has come up again to expose itself further by blocking us from carrying out campaigns in various districts, not only the districts that they gazetted as COVID-19 risky districts, but also the districts like Palisa and Bukedea and others, 16 districts where we were supposed to campaign, but the Electoral Commission said we had to sign a memorandum of understanding. Just yesterday, Mr. Byabakama came out and shocked the nation when he said people were not supposed to use cameras to cover the events of the electoral process on polling stations. That is illegal, that is unacceptable, we don't agree with it. We want a credible and transparent, free and fair election. If Mr. Byabakama is organizing a free and fair, credible and transparent election, then why stop people from covering the goings on? You have all seen the attack on journalists. They have been shooting at journalists. Many of them are fighting for their lives in hospitals. Yesterday, 3 online journalists were arrested. Even mainstream journalists are being targeted by the regime forces. Why? Because they are exposing the injustices and the criminality that is being carried out by state operatives. Therefore, I tell Mr. Byabakama that the world is watching you descend in criminality. You are the head of an electoral commission that is supposed to be independent. So there's no way you should stop or stand in the way of transparency. There's no law that forbids people from capturing and reporting what is happening on the electoral commission on the electoral day. Most importantly, the journalists. So I continue to encourage all journalists to cover all happenings, all goings on the electoral day and on the polling stations. And I also encourage all Ugandans to use their cameras. Our biggest weapon as a generation is the camera. They have guns, but they fear the camera because the camera says the truth unfiltered.
Then the other question, We saw
mu Luganda. Chicho.
Then
Bannayuganda twabategerezaawo mu ntandikwa mwami byabakama n'akakiiko ak'ebyokulonda bakozesebwa mwami Museveni okubba obululu n'okubuzaabuza okulonda kuno ng'ogyeko okusirika ng'ebikolobero bitukolebwako ng'ate akakiiko k'ebyokulonda kekatuvunaanyizibwako ng'ogyeko akakiiko k'ebyokulonda okusirika nga batemula abawagizi baffe nga ne poliisi lemesa kampeyini zaffe ng'ogyeko okusirika nga poliisi n'amagye bawambye okulonda nga basazzaamu kampeyini zaffe nga batusiba nga basiba kampeyini timu zaffe zonna mwami byabakama n'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda bongedde ate okweyanika basooka kutugaana kugenda mu disitulikiti ezimu nga sizo ezo ze baali bagambye nti zo zirinamu obulwadde bwa covid edisitulikiti ekutte 13 wabula disitulikiti 16 nze ng'omuntu baŋŋanye ogenda okolayo kampeyini mwami byabakama n'akakiiko ke ne babitegeeza nti ngenda kusooka kusandagana ku mukono nabo ekintu ekitakoleddwa ku ba presidential campaign ba presidential candidate balala n'ekyo tekyakomyawo olunaku lwajjo mwami byabakama yavuddeyo n'ategeeza nti bannamawulire tebakkirizibwa kukwata bifaananyi na kuripootinga kwebyo ebigenda mu maaso mu kulonda n'atiisatiisa n'abantu abakozesa kamera zaabwe tebakikola mu bukyamu okusookera ddala kya buswavu kubanga mwami byabakama mulamuzi era kimanyi nti tewali tteeka ligaana bannamawulire okukola mulimu gwabwe naddala ku lunaku olw'okulonda tewali tteeka ligaana abantu kukozesa kamera naddala ku lunaku olw'okulonda ekyo nno kyongera okwanika nti atidde abantu okumanya amazima mwami Museveni atya abantu okumanya amazima tebaagala nsi etegeere ebigenda mu maaso ku lunaku olw'okulonda ngenda maaso n'okukunga bannayuganda n'okubategeeza nti mukozese kamera zammwe mwe bannamawulire mbasaba mukole omulimu gwammwe naddala ku lunaku olw'okulonda muze mulaba nga poliisi n'ebitongole byonna byonna ebirina okuba nga bikuuma ddembe nga balumbagana bannamawulire babakwata babasiba olunaku olwajjo bannamawulire 3 aba online bakwatibwa ne basibibwa bannamawulire bangi balumbaganiddwa nga n'abalala bali mu kulwanirira bulamu bwabwe mu malwaliro ekyo nno kyoleke nti gavumenti ya mwami Museveni ekozesa akakiiko ka mwami byabakama okugezaako okubba akalulu kano bannayuganda kye batagenda kukkiriza.
Yesterday, many propagandists have come out on social media to castigate or to use their pictures of your family moving outside of the country. We need your response about that.
It is clear that the regime propagandists are trying to twist any measure of safety that I am giving to my children. My children are minors, they are young, from age 5, 8 and others. All of you have seen that my family and all those people around me have been targeted. Just in 2017, grenades were thrown at the bedroom of my son. And I have credible information that they were planning to kidnap my children in order to coerce me into subjugation. They were trying to use my family and to use my children. And so, in a dictatorship and in a dangerous situation like Museveni, I decided to yield to the numerous advice that I got from friends to get my children out of this danger zone. After all, they are not voters, they are minors. We had offers from friends in the diaspora to host them, and after so much consultation, I yielded to it and allowed them to host our children. I must also remind the people of Uganda that Mr. Museveni and his propagandists that are trying to make this look like a crime, Mr. Museveni had to take his family to Sweden. All of them were in Sweden while the EU was facing Obote, who he called a dictator. So it is only in the safety, in the desire for safety for those little ones that the regime was planning to kidnap and put on gunpoint so that they can coerce me into subjugation. Now I am here to face you, Mr. Museveni. You want me? Come for me. Leave my children out of this. I am here, my wife is here, we are adults, we are the voters, and I am the candidate. So I am here if you want me.
So are you saying that